what is going on, Senpai Squad? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we got the review for chapter 30 of Boruto, and wow, did Boruto end 2018 off with a bang or what? Not only did we get that fantastic fight, that fantastic episode with episode 87 to end off the year, we also got this fantastic chapter. Now, in comparison to last chapter, because a lot of you guys may know that I wasn't a huge fan of last chapter, I thought chapter 29 was good, I just felt it was a bit slow paced. And, you know, a lot of the stuff wasn't very interesting. Whereas with this chapter, it was like perfectly placed. Every single page was interesting, whether it be the sparring match between Kawaki and Boruto, seeing Momoshiki again, seeing Kashin Koji's thoughts on what was unfolding, seeing Delta getting angry, Ino, Naruto, all of it was just so interesting, and we got a ton of new information. And the main thing I want to focus on straight away, and this kind of, it's a bit iffy depending on what translation you go off, but I'll get into that in a second. But Kashin Koji's good side. Now I use Kashin Koji in inverted commas, because he may not necessarily be good, he's just not good in the eyes of Kara. And what I mean by this is he's, in my opinion at least, a definite traitor. Now, he's not been the most incredible Kara employee, member, team member, whatever you want to call it, since we very first met him. He killed an elder, he killed Ao, he let Kawaki escape, and now he's just left Delta alone, which is, you know, it's not great. He's definitely not exactly following the rules as you should. But in this chapter, we see two sentences from him which just blew me away, and were probably my favourite thing to take away from this entire chapter, which is why I'm going to bring it up first. And like I said, it kind of depends on translations, because in the official, he says that he's counting on you, Kawaki and Boruto, and in the Organic Dinosaur translation, the Gemini's box translation, it's something along the lines of like, I'm looking forward to following you, something along those lines. It's not the same. It gives off a slight different vibe. And then the second one is when Kashin Koji sees Boruto's Karma Seal actually heal his own wounds. He says, you know, this is problematic because if Jigen has the same ability, then, you know, that's going to be a problem. Whereas in the Organic Dinosaur translation, he says something like, if he's got the same ability as Jigen, then, you know, that's going to be a problem. It's a bit confusing, because in the fan translation, it sounds as though he's still just kind of following Kawaki and Boruto and waiting for his time to shine. And it also sounds as though that he's implying that Jigen has the ability to heal himself just like Boruto, whereas what he's actually saying is that he's counting on Boruto and Kawaki, and he wants to see where they go with their training and karma and all of that. And he also says that if Jigen has the same ability as Boruto, not the other way around, then Jigen will be the problem, not Boruto, which is huge. And it reminds me a ton of Hisoka. And I feel as though Kashin Koji may be the Hisoka type in the Boruto story. Now, for those of you who have not seen Hunter x Hunter, Hisoka is introduced to us as a bad guy. Someone, you know, who he kills people for fun, has no problem. He's almost like an assassin, a bit like what Kashin Koji actually is. We know that Kashin Koji is an assassin. And Hisoka joins the Hunter x Hunter version of the Akatsuki, the Phantom Troop, the evil organisation of the story. He joins them not because he wants to join them. Well, he does want to join them, but not for the same reasons that they want to be the Phantom Troop. He joins them so he can get closer to the Phantom Troop's leader, so that he can one day fight him. Which reminds me a little bit of Kashin Koji. I reckon he's probably joined Kara, not that he cares what Kara's up to, but more so the fact that, you know, he wants to get closer to Jigen for whatever reason, learn about the karma, one day fight Jigen, because when he says if Jigen can heal himself, that's going to be a problem. To me, that sounds as though Kashin Koji has plans to one day fight Jigen. That to me sounds absolutely huge and just absolutely nuts. So yeah, if that is the case, and that Kashin Koji is going to be a good guy, I think, you know, I actually have a theory that I'm going to do in the next, I don't want to promise when, but I do have a theory video coming out at some point for Kashin Koji, so I don't want to kind of say all of it in this video, but do be on the lookout for that, because I've got a lot of things which I've been slowly picking out about his character, which I can't wait to talk about. So I want you guys to let me know what you think about Kashin Koji in the comment section down below from this chapter, because like I said, there's some people who've read the official version and some people who've read the fan translations, and it's kind of like a mixed conflict, because one makes Kashin Koji out to still be a bad guy, whereas one makes him seem to be more of a traitor towards Kara, good guy, something along those lines. We then finally got a taste of what Delta's capable of, and it turns out that Delta's actually a cyborg. She can kind of turn her feet into jetpacks and release a drone from her back, which she can then see with her eyes. So it may not be that her eyes are actually like a dojutsu, or if they are, that just may be one of the dojutsu's abilities, I'm not too sure. But with her eyes, she can see what the drone sees, essentially an exact copy of what Kashin Koji's Toad Sage Mode eyes are, where he sees what the Toad sees, which is what he's using to spy on Boruto and Kawaki. So that was quite interesting. And one thing I want to pick up is a few chapters ago when Delta and Jigen were having the meal, and Delta said, I want to go and see what the hell Kashin Koji's doing. Jigen says this to her, and I'm going to paraphrase here, but I will have the panel on the screen. He says that you're more than welcome to go and see Kashin Koji, but you must follow his orders no matter what. Is that clear? Now, like I said, that's a complete paraphrase, but it's something along those lines. And the fact that Delta has not listened to Kashin Koji's orders whatsoever. Kashin Koji told Delta to stay where you are, outside the Leaf Village. Delta has gone flying straight in to the Leaf Village. Now, whether that's going to be a big conflict in the future between her and Jigen, I'm not sure. Whether it's going to be an important thing, I don't know. But I did want to point out the fact that she has essentially gone against Kashin Koji and in turn Jigen's orders by entering the Leaf Village. Momoshiki Otsutsuki. Momoshiki Otsutsuki, welcome back. Welcome back, my god. He is my god, you know, my guy. I love Momoshiki now. I've been saying for ages, for months, that Kashin Koji, I keep saying Kashin Koji, that Momoshiki would return in Boruto, and not just that, but be Boruto's Kurama, kind of inside him, and he will be the one to guide him or try and go against him or something like that. And there's another theory which I kind of want to talk about as well at some point, that maybe the seals are actually vessels so that the person within them, for example Momoshiki, can one day be reborn through the seal. I think that's a very interesting theory. Whoever created that, fair play, because I didn't think of that, but now that I have that, I think it's absolutely crazy, so I'm definitely going to make a video on that at some point. But it was just literally 2 panels. 2 panels was all we got of Momoshiki, and was enough to get me hyped. He didn't even say anything. He did nothing. No idea why it got me hyped, but just the fact that it's Momoshiki got me hyped. One thing I want to point out as well, and this is thanks to Spiraling Sphere on Twitter, is that the hiding place of Kashin Koji, you know, there's 4, I believe, potential locations it could be, according to this image of the Hidden Leaf Village. Now, we know he's hiding in kind of like a spiraled tower, just which one we're not too sure. And like I said, Spiraling Sphere kind of highlighted the possible locations that he's hiding at. Now, not that this is crazily important, but I did want to point out to you guys, because I think it's quite interesting to kind of paint a picture in your head of where Kashin Koji is, and you can see this image and just kind of picture it later on down the line in the anime, and you know, just little things like that. So yes, thanks to Spiraling Sphere for that. I just thought I'd let you guys in on that, so you guys can kind of paint a picture in your head and have your theories of where it is Kashin Koji is actually hiding. My guess is it's probably the one closest to Naruto's house, but I want to know what you guys think as well. One other thing is that Kawaki is not meant to really understand chakra. He's not really meant to be able to manipulate it or have any idea what it is at all. Yet in this chapter he fired something from his hand. Now, I was slightly confused, but there's a couple things that, you know, could be the answer to it. One, it could just be the attack he absorbed from Garo, or the fact that he's subconsciously manipulating chakra, or it could just be something completely different as well. And this was when he was having a sparring match. This is Boruto, who shot something out of his palm of his hand. Now, I believe it was his right palm. It was the one without the karma seal, which is kind of what surprised me, because when he fired back Garo's blast, I could have swore he used his karma hand, whereas in this chapter he used the opposite hand. So I wasn't sure whether, you know, with the karma you can just fire the attacks you've absorbed out of each hand or not. I'm not too sure, or whether or not this is just an ability of, you know, the scientific ninja tech cell transmutations implanted in Kawaki. So I wanted to point that out for you guys. And there was also someone in the comment section who said that maybe it's a different type of nature energy, and that, you know, karma can absorb things other than chakra, because obviously Boruto absorbed that attack. And then obviously, how can I not talk about it? Last but not least, Delta versus Naruto, or the tease for Delta versus Naruto. Now, a lot of people saying that, You know, the fact that she's confidently gone up to Naruto ready for a fight is signal that she's incredibly strong. And I'm not saying that's not the case, but also you've got to bear in mind that she's very young. To her, Naruto is probably nothing more than a legend. You know, she didn't really know much about the war. When Kashin Koji was expecting the Yamanaka clan's sensory system, she said, I thought that was just a war tale, you know, something from the war. Would it really be in function now? And that shows that she's not that old. She's still pretty young, an infant in comparison to the likes of Kashin Koji and Naruto and whatnot. So she will probably know that Naruto's strong, but she's probably underestimated him. She probably does not realise the god level that Naruto is actually at. He's literally the strongest person that we know in the entire world. So we'll see what goes on with that, you know. It kind of reminds me of Kakazu going against Hashirama, you know. Kakazu went up against Hashirama with the intent to kill and got absolutely slapped. We may get something like that with Delta, I'm not too sure. I feel as though next chapter in the fight versus Naruto, if there is a fight that is, that Delta will get to see her true power, because there's got to be something. There's got to be a secret to do with her that allows her to just stroll into the Leaf Village without a care in the world and go up to the strongest ninja in the entire world. You know, there's got to be something she's hiding, so I'm very excited to see what it is. But guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like on it. Subscribe if you're not already to become a member of the Senpai Squad. Leave all your thoughts and opinions on this review and the chapter in general in the comment section down below. And I will see you guys in another video. But until then, peace.